Hey, hi doing guys, welcome to your tutorial video. This tutorial video is very beginner friendly, so I explain everything very clearly. But still, if you guys get any problem understanding any concept, just let me know in the comment section. I will try to explain that to you again. So without wasting any time, let's just get into this. Today in this video I'm going to show you how you can make your static meshes to get fractured just like this, as you can see. Let me tell you, this static meshes are not, this is not static mesh obviously, and this is static mesh which I imported, and I just use that trick to make it like this. And I'm going to show you the same thing to make your own static mesh get fractured just like this. So to do that, at first we have to import our own statue. You might already have your own statue, so you don't have to import that, but in my case I'm going to import that and show you, if you don't have any statue, how can you import your statue in your Unreal Engine to practice the same thing. So this is the preset that I'm willing to use in my project for the statue, as this preset is providing multiple statues. Okay, how can you find presets like this? You can search it on Google, and there are multiple websites where you can get presets for free. And the best thing you can go is that you can go to fab.com like this. So here you can choose which engine you are working on. Like in my case it's Unreal Engine. I'm selecting this. Now you can search it. After selecting Unreal Engine, you can search like statue, as I am willing to get a statue preset. Now here you can see the price is too much, so you can go here. This is the filter part and select this. Now it is filtered here. All the presets you see here are for free, and this is the preset I already chose. So this is cool that we can use these statues for our project. Now let's just add this to my library. Okay, it is added to my library, but in your case it might be possible after pressing add to my library you are getting a login page, because here my Epic Games account is already logged in. That's why it is not asking me to log in again. So if it asks you to log in, so just give your Epic Games credentials there and log in to your account, Epic Games account, and add this to your library. After that, where will you get this? You can click on view in launcher, or else you can launch your launcher manually, like Epic Games is the launcher mainly. Okay, after pressing Unreal you will get to this page, and after that you have to press library like this, and here you will get all the presets you claimed. So let's reload it once, refresh the fab items. Okay, now this is called Deco statue collection, right? So let's just search for it, Deco. See, it is in my library now. Now I can press add to project, and I can select any of the projects in the list. These are the projects that I already have made using Unreal. So you can just create one project, and there you just have to assign that and press add to project. After that it will just download the preset and then import it to your that specific project that you just assigned here. Okay, so after that we need to create one project. So to do that, let's just run the Unreal Engine, and in Unreal Engine you can get this page or tab, you can say. Here is one tab called games. You have to select this. After that you will get to this part. Let's select third person preset for now, and here in the blueprint or C++, let's select blueprint and target platform desktop, because we want to make games for computer for now. And quality preset, let's keep it scalable so that we can adjust it without any problem. Quality preset means the presets you are importing, so what should be the quality for those. So scalable means you can change the quality there. You can read it here also. Choose the graphical level to target high end only or scalable from low end on out. Okay, then starter content, if it is ticked for your case, then let's just untick it, because we don't need starter content, as we are just practicing how can we implement the chaos destruction, right? So ray tracing, obviously keep it off if you don't have powerful graphics card in your system. this is project location. Here you just have to put where you want to create that project. I chose disk E, and this is my folder name inside disk E, where I'm storing my Unreal Engine projects. If you wanna create your own, then just browse here. Here you can create your own folder and just keep that there. Then project name, let's name it Chaos Destruction. Okay, so in Unreal you cannot put such names with spaces between the words, so you can use underscore instead of space. Let's remove this space. Yes, now it is not giving any problem. And let's call it prac, like, because this is practice purpose word. Okay, so too much long. Let's call it chaos des and prac. This is better. My bad, chaos. Now let's create that project. It will take a bit time to create that project. So as you can see, our project is created here. Fine. Now what to do? Let's import that statue. As you can see in our content drawer, we don't have that statue folder. So let's import that from Epic Games launcher mainly. Okay, so the name of the statue was Deco. Yes. Add to project. Here you can see all the projects I have, and this is Chaos Des Prac, which I just created. Let's just add this to that project. It is gonna download the file and then import that to that project. Okay guys, here let me tell you that it is not necessary that your statue file will be this much large. You can use anything for demonstrating purpose. I'm just using this statue. You can use anything, any object or any static mesh if you know about what static mesh is. Okay, so now we have to check our content drawer. Inside content folder, as you can see, we have this Deco statue collection which I just imported. And inside meshes, all these are the statue meshes we have. Let's take this for example. Let's rotate a bit. Fine. Now what to do? This is just a basic static mesh which you already have in your projects. So to make the chaos destruction on this statue, you have to select this statue first. Make sure this is selected, and after that go to fracture here, and then here you can go to generate and new. Why? Because you haven't created the fractured object of this. So let's new. I want to make one folder inside content folder. Okay, here what is it asking? Let me tell you. It is asking for the place where you want to store the new file which has the fractured functions in your statue. Basically the file or the mesh itself which has the fracture function in it. So let's name it fracture statue. Fine. By the way, don't put any space between the words. Yes, we are not having any error. Let's press enter and make sure this folder is selected. Okay, here you should put the name for that file, and I would suggest make this SM to GC. Why? Because the file type will be geometry collection. You can also see it here, geometry collection name. So the file type will be geometry collection. And then for the name part, you can put anything, whatever you want. Why I'm suggesting you to put GC before the name? Because it will help you to find such kind of objects. Like if you have static mesh, you should put SM before those. So if you are searching those anywhere in the code or in the blueprint, you just have to type SM and it will show all the static meshes you have in your project, right? So just for that same reason, you can write GC, because this is geometry collection. And let's now create geometry collection. Okay, it is looking like this now. What to do then? You have to select what kind of fracture you want. It is not completed yet. You just have SM monster here in the fracture hierarchy. but you don't have the bones. Bones are nothing but the parts which you want to be get away from each other. So let's select one mode, fracture mode, from here. You can already imagine what are these, like bricks, slice. Bricks are like, if you want this thing to get smashed like bricks, how bricks react when they are fractured. So same things goes like this. And here cluster, uniform. I'm gonna select uniform because uniform is the most used one, especially if this is a concrete object, and in our case obviously this statue is a concrete object. So let's now, I'm not gonna touch any of the settings here because this is the beginner tutorial, but if you want to adjust or customize your settings, you can do, just search on YouTube. You will get everything about these settings and you can adjust those as per you. But for now, let's just create fracture without touching these settings. Fracture. So you can see here in the fracture hierarchy, the bones are created. I'm calling these bones. It might be possible that these are not called bones, but still, to make it easy for you, just assume this is the main object and these are the bones or the parts which will get away from each other when this is fractured. Fine. Now let's get back to the selection mode. Now this statue, as you can see, is looking weird because of these colors. What to do now? How can I make this just like before? So make sure the statue is selected again. Go to details panel, cut anything if you have here, and you can see all these things here. You just have to go to general. If it is closed, just open and show bone colors. You just have to untick this, like make it false. Yes, this is back. Now what has changed? What have we done? What have we done till now? Let's just move it upwards a bit. Why am I doing this? You will get to know. Now from here, let's simulate. Wow. As you can see, this got fractured, right? Now if I show you one thing, you might be wondering that what if this statue is already like that? So let me place this statue again and place it a bit upwards and do the same thing. As this is already selected, so I can click it directly from here. If it is not selected, you just have to press the three dot and select that. So as you can see, this is dropping, but this is not. Why is it happening? Because this object and this object is currently not the same object. This is the parent object and this is the child object, you can say, because this object is created from this. Okay, now this object is SM, that means static mesh, which I imported. And this object is GC. I named it GC because this is geometry collection component. Now this is geometry collection object. Now what to do? Why is this object not falling? So select this, go to details panel. You can see this is the mobility settings is set to static. Just change that to movable. Now let's simulate this again. Nothing is happening. Why? Because the simulate physics is disabled here. Let's keep it like, let's make it true and simulate this. Both are dropping, but this is not breaking. This is breaking into multiple parts, just like real physics, right? Or like this object is breakable, but this is not. Okay, now you might be asking, as I'm dragging this object or using this object, but this is not breaking for this case, but the GC object is breaking. Where can I get this GC object? If you remember, you just created this folder. Inside this fracture statue folder, this GC object is placed. So you just have to drag it here, bring it upwards. Let's rotate a bit. Or you can rotate it a bit like this too. Now if I simulate, see, this is breaking. This is also breaking because this was GC geometry collection, and this is not breaking as this was static mesh. See, static mesh. Okay, I want to tell you one settings which you might be wanting to know. when I'm creating the uniform, let me select this. Yes, when I'm creating the uniform fracture, here in minimum Voronoi sides, uniform inside uniform Voronoi, minimum Voronoi sides, let's make it 60 and max Voronoi also 60. The more you will increase this, the more fractured points you will get. See, the more fractured point, but it will get too intensive to your system if you increase it too much. So let's make it 60, as 60 is good enough. As you can see, these are the fracture points. Now, and also obviously if you increase the scale of this, then also the pieces will be more, because it will have more options to get fractured inside the structure of this. Let's make it 80. You can see if I press it, change it to 80, then it will be like this. More fracture points it is having, but minimum Voronoi 80 and maximum Voronoi 80 is too much weird. So let's make it 60 and let's make it 80. Good enough. Now let's create fracture. You can see here the bones or the parts, hierarchical parts which are created, the fractured parts which will get fractured. You can see 48 parts. So that means too much. Now, here in the selection, if I simulate this, see, it is getting fractured into too many pieces. So it is depending on you. You want to make it look, it should get fractured depending on what kind of object it is or what material is it made of. So you just have to think about that, put your own idea and just change the values of those two things and get the result just like that. Now let's take one shape, like from here you can take shapes. If you don't have this place actors tab, you can just go to Windows and click this place actors and it will be here. Inside the shapes you will get these shapes. Let's take the sphere for now. Let's put it over the statue, scale it a bit more, make it bigger, and cool, make it movable, but don't click on simulate physics, because I don't want this ball or this circle to be dropped with that physics. So what am I going to show you? See, simulate, the object dropped and wow, the pieces are great. But now let's have some fun. Let's bring it downward and see. And are you ready? See. Okay, let me show you another thing. Let's take this cube, or let's just make our own cube. Okay, my bad, simulation wasn't off. Let's turn it off and take this. Fine, let's scale it up. Now you can make this also breakable. Just follow the same. Go to fracture, make a new fracture for that. Let's name this GC and keep it inside the same folder. Where was it? Fracture statue, yes. Done. And here let's make it uniform fracture. The bones are created, and here let's just inside the details panel of that, inside general, let's disable this and go to selection mode again. Yes, this is the object. Let's place it upwards. Okay, let me tell you, if you are converting this to GC, you don't have to enable the physics mode again, because it is automatically done by GC. Let's simulate. See, isn't it cool? Not falling apart because it is getting stuck there because of its structure, but you can make it like this.
Nice.
Okay. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned how to make this cool chaos fracture system. Keep playing, keep exploring.